Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. You can hear me now? Okay. That is the mic, the camera mic. Da da da. Okay, let me try this. I don't want. Hello? No, that didn't do anything. Maybe we should try this. Hello? Okay, hold on. Okay, that's that mic. Oh, they're both that mic, so. Okay. It's really loud though, isn't it? Alright, so since you got double, I'll shut that one down. Okay, you can hear me now. God, I gotta go back to the beginning. Alright, here we go. There's a poll. Make sure you click on something in the poll. Probably won't be doing a lot of music production today. Well, honest God, we're probably not going to do any music production today because I just talked for 15 minutes with my mic off. But I'm sure you could see the passion with which I was speaking. So I'm going to go back and start that all over again. Because the universe, I don't know, the universe challenges me on getting this message out, and it's time. All right. I don't think I've been completely honest with you as viewers of my channel. A lot of YouTube channels I watch, their makeup or their skin is perfect. Their hair is perfect. Their studio is perfect. Their content is perfect. Their cameras are perfect. And I've never been one to cover up or show a good face. I'm very authentic. I live right on the edge of my nose. Take it or leave it. Like it or hate it, I don't care. It's like those silly like buttons. They serve no purpose. They serve no purpose either way. They're a dopamine hit. People compliment with their money and their time. If somebody's got a channel that's doing well, it's because their community likes them. I'm at a turning point with this channel, okay? And I'll synopsis the whole big story. I have to go back and tell you how I got to where I am right now, before you can help me decide where I'm going from here. All right, long story short, I lived in Mississippi. I was married, and I had 2 kids. He and I had gotten married because his dad was afraid that he would get me pregnant. So his dad took him out, bought the ring, and made him marry me. It's kind of a reverse shotgun wedding, I guess. I was living in my car at the time, estranged from my family. I had been beaten up by my stepfather, so I left home. Because when the cops showed up, my mother looked up and said, "There's no problem here, officer," with bruises and everything else. But anyway, so I left home. I was living in my car. I had a good job. I was making $4 an hour as a secretary in a nonprofit. But he came home. He was working in Dallas. I was living on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. He was working in Dallas. He came home from Dallas. His dad took him out, forced him to buy this ring, put it on my finger. We were Methodist, and there was no such thing as divorce in his family. You didn't get divorced. So I tried to make it work, and so did he, for 13 years. I don't think either one of us were really happy with the other, and I honestly think we held each other back in a lot of ways. I decided I was going to move out here to Seattle area to start a new life, to get a good job. And I'd done it before. I had gone from where we lived at Mississippi State, I had gone up to Memphis and got a job, got an apartment, and then brought my kid up with me. And it went very, very well. It was a fabulous time. I loved it. So I thought, okay, I'll start over out here. I made a friend online, and he seemed like a really good guy. But I wasn't coming out here to be with him. I was coming out here to start my life over. And he offered to help me. So I flew out here, and I was supposed to be renting a room at his mother's house, but he had other plans. When I got off plane, he picked me up, he brought me to his house, and he took me downstairs to where he lived in the basement. He had his bedroom, he had a computer room, it was semi-finished basement, I guess. And the next day he got up to go out with friends, and he locked me in there to keep me safe, because there were bad people in the neighborhood and he didn't want me to get hurt or anything. So locked me in there. And that's where the control started. And the longer I stayed, and I felt like, oh, well, I deserve this because I left a good life and a good husband and good kids and everything was perfect, and I left all that. And when I left, I got to tell you, I'm an earth scorcher. When I leave, I burn it down. There's no happy goodbyes for me in my life. I burn it down and step on into the next thing. So let me pause for a minute. Snag and Whiskers, good to see you in here. Surf Bomb, yes, good to see you in here. Sorry about the mic problems, but I think I got them fixed now. So that was the beginning of the slow boil. Like, there's the metaphor about, or the anecdote about boiling a frog. And by the time the frog realizes it needs to get out of the water, it's too late. Well, that's how it was. When I got pregnant twice, he tried to sabotage those pregnancies. He didn't speak to me for weeks after. And the thing was, he had such control on me, I could not go to the bathroom without him knowing it. Okay? About halfway through our relationship, it had gotten to the point where he had key snoopers on my computer. He had cameras in the house, and he had gaslit me to believe that my college degree meant nothing because I was from Mississippi. I was stupid. I was damaged goods. And he had convinced me that I was insane, that I was beyond help mentally. And so that spread to my physical disailments when I had a 10.5 millimeter kidney stone. And I fell down in the kitchen floor because the pain. I was trying to cook because I did all the cooking from scratch. I was very frugal because he had forced me to quit any job I get to stay home with the kids because daycare was too expensive. It was too expensive for me to work because we had to maintain 2 vehicles and my lunches when I wasn't home and not being able to cook supper for him every night and cook his lunch. So anyway, I was very frugal. I fell down in the kitchen floor from the pain and he kicked me and said, "Get up, you faker. You're a hypochondriac as well as psychopathic." And finally he took me to the urgent care and they sent me to the hospital. And the hospital did a CAT scan, and then they saw that it was 10.5 millimeters. And instantly, in front of all those people, he turned into the most caring, compassionate husband. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. But then he went into the appointment with the kidney specialist the next day before me. He asked the nurse if he could talk to the doctor first, and he went back and talked to the doctor first. And then they called me back. I'm sorry, my body? No, not anymore. I had no autonomy. I had no independent thoughts. I couldn't tell anybody because he had snooped every line of communication. He had handpicked my one or two friends. And anyway, yeah, when I was pregnant with my son, I'd always had blood pressure issues with my pregnancies. And so I was telling him I didn't feel good. And so he took me to the fire station so one of the paramedics could check my blood pressure because he wanted to make sure I wasn't faking. He didn't want to waste the insurance going to the hospital because the copay was too high. My blood pressure was 230 over 175. And the medic looked at him and said, well, you can drive her to the hospital or I'm throwing her in this truck and driving her to the hospital. And he was like, well, you know, we could take you home and put your feet up for a little. Yeah. So I was so stupid. My head was so messed up. And then one day he called me from work. I don't feel good. Can you come get me? That's odd. He never let me drive him. He always drove. So I went and got him and I brought him home. And he got into bed and he put on his CPAP and he asked me to take off his socks because he didn't have the energy to do it. Sometime in the next 3 hours, he had a grand mal seizure and a heart attack. I heard noise, so I ran into the bedroom. I called 911, and it took them an hour to get an ambulance there that had an auto come along to haul his stretcher up into the ambulance. Oh, he weighed about 530 pounds. He was 6'6", but he weighed 530 pounds. Anyway, he coded several times on the way to the hospital. We get to the hospital, and a chaplain walks up and says, oh, I'm so sorry. And I looked at him and I said, about what? And he goes, oh, aren't you so-and-so? And I went, no, my husband was brought in on an ambulance just a little while ago. Our last name is Manhattan. And so he walks off. We get shoved in this little corner room, and the minister from the church where I worked, and that was a whole screwed up situation too. But anyway, the minister was there, and apparently he knew more than we did. But he kept us calm until they finally moved us upstairs to the ICU, and they said, no, we can't give you any updates or anything. And then, so the first thing I hear on his condition when we get to the hospital is, we've done a brain scan. There is no brain activity. There is no hope of any brain activity coming back. His organs have started to go. And like that, my abuser was gone. Should I be happy? Should I be celebrating? Ding dong, the witch is dead. No, I didn't feel that. Should I be sad? No, I didn't feel that. Should I feel any grief whatsoever? I didn't feel that. I didn't feel anything. I then had to figure out how the bills got paid, how where the mortgage was, did we have insurance, all these things that people normally keep up with, I had been isolated from. He had convinced me that I wasn't smart enough to balance my checkbook. I taught bookkeeping for a while, but once he got in my head, I couldn't even balance a checkbook. And so you might ask, well, where was your family? My mother and father passed away about 6 years before he passed away. He had managed to isolate me from them and my 2 brothers. And so I had no family. I had no friends that saw what was going on. So when he died, there I was with 2 teenagers and an autistic toddler who had just been diagnosed 6 months before. I tried to go back to college, but I was invited out of the program because they told me that my bachelor's wouldn't be a problem. I already have a bachelor's degree in educational psychology and music. They told me my bachelor's degree wouldn't be a problem. But then 2 years into it, they came in and said, okay, you have to stop taking these courses and you need to go back and take the 2-year community college education core classes and then come back and finish this and you will have a bachelor's degree in education. And I went, I already have a bachelor's degree in education. So I was invited out of the program, and no one would work with me on the student loans. It seems that whether or not you get a degree, they don't care as long as they get their money. So I have this 20, I'm in, the Treasury has come after me for it. We'll put it that way. So I'm at that point where any money that I get, they take their cut out of it. Now, when my husband died, we were able to get on Social Security survivor benefits. And I get benefits for the kids, and then I get benefits for me. Now, when my youngest turned 16, I'm not eligible for those survivor benefits anymore. I called Social Security, and they said, well, if you are caring for a disabled child and you're on survivor benefits, we may be able to make concessions, and you can keep that income. Now, that income wasn't that great. It was just enough so that we couldn't get any other kind of public assistance, but really not enough to live off of. And it's continued that way. And so one of my fears is that people judge me and say, oh, look at you. You're sitting back on your Social Security and you don't have to work. My son's a full-time job. Trust me. He is level 3 autism. Okay? If you don't know what levels are, there's only 3 levels. There's 1, 2, and 3. And 1 is Asperger's and, people who mask being autistic very well. People who you would never guess have autism. Okay, that's 1. 2 is they need some guidance and supervision. They can't drive a car. They can't ride a bus downtown, alone. They might need assistance with that. Level 3, that's pretty much no social skills, no communication skills, no physical or athletic skills. That's it. I got, he's 15, turning 16 very, very soon, like next month. He can't do household chores. He can't clean his own room. And before anybody wants to step in and question my parenting, don't. I've raised 4 kids. My oldest is turning 30 next year. I've been at this 15 years. How long have you lived with my son? So anyway, like I said, I'm getting real. I'm getting real and I'm putting it out there. So now I'm faced with, I did the paperwork with Social Security to say, hey, we need to fix this. I had a phone conversation, sent in the paperwork, and I haven't heard anything back. This has been 3 months. I am trying to call Social Security, and Social Security is not answering the phone. Nowhere. Our local office is closed due to COVID, and I don't know when, if ever, it will open back up. So Social Security is non-communicado. My online Social Security account tells me that I'm not getting any benefits from here on out. So essentially, my income is cut in half. I don't get money from DDA for watching my son. DDA pays for caregivers to come in, and I have two lovely caregivers to come in and help me out. But I can't access that money. So I have devoted my life 200% to raising this son. Now our income's getting cut in half. It will be just enough to pay my rent and my electricity. No food, no internet connection, which my son requires an internet connection 24/7. My bills from my trip that I went to Walt Disney World over the summer. I've had credit cards that I've had to use for groceries sometimes because we gotta eat, you know. So now my income's getting cut in half, and I'm faced with the only decision I can see is I have to get a job. The problem with that is I have chronic physical illness. I have suffered with it since I was 14. Every time I go to the doctor, sorry if you hear my son bouncing around in the background, it's winter break. When I go to the doctor and I tell them, hey, this is happening, they look at me and tell me 3 things. I need to exercise more. I need to lose weight. And I need treatment for my anxiety and my depression. The anxiety and depression were born out of the chronic pain and environmental situations. Let's face it, I'm under a lot of stress. A lot of stress. I've tried to make time to reach out and make friends online because that's my only option. I can't get out into town because I can't take my son out into town. Even pre-COVID. We lived like this pre-COVID. You want to know how to survive on total shutdown? I've been living it since 2009. So I'm faced with getting a job. And the only real job I could get would be with my son's school so that I would be available for him in the times where he's not in school. I can do this job, but I'm 55 years old. I feel like I'm about 85 years old. There are some days where my hands won't hold a pen. But I go to the doctor and they say, oh, that's your anxiety. And yes, I've gotten a second opinion. I've gotten a third. I've been through this all my life. Also, medical appointments. I can't take him with me to a medical appointment. I can't. If he was a toddler, yeah, that'd be excusable. But you don't take a 15-year-old with you. Oh, and let me add in, I'm a 3-time cancer survivor. 3. Okay. So anyway, faced with getting a job. I had hoped to build something on YouTube with my music that I have put millions of hours into. And with this channel, which I've really tried, and I understand, I haven't been following the great guru's advice on, you know, all the things, you know, all the goal setting and scheduling and editing and all that other stuff. I don't have time. I've already got a full-time job, more than full-time. It's 24/7, 7 days a week. Okay. I've been fitting this channel in where I could, but I've totally neglected my own self-care until about the past 6 months. So here I am. I don't know if I'll be able to get a job. I don't know if I'll be able to pay the bills. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue with the music. Excuse me. I have asthma. It's not COVID. I don't know anything at this point. I'm tired of guessing what my audience wants. So the experts say that I am supposed to build my audience in my head and provide content for the audience in my head. Well, the audience in my head doesn't have time to watch YouTube. So where do I go from that? Keep the poll going. I'm going to close it here in about 10 minutes, I guess. Or maybe I'll leave it up to the whole video. I should leave it up for the replay watchers, shouldn't I? I wonder if I can do that. I wonder if it'll work for the replay. Probably not. But anyway, I know what it's like to be squirrel-brained, so I know how to meditate with love and respect for my squirrel brain. I know a lot of coping skills and life skills for being a single mom to a disabled person, a victim of childhood abuse, a victim of adulthood abuse, college graduate, a musician, a composer, a producer, a singer, a songwriter. I got all this stuff. Oh, and then don't forget my crafting, my stationery that I make, and all of the home decor stuff that you guys don't even see, that I don't even make videos about because I don't have time and don't have the money to buy 2 sets of everything so I can make it up once, see if it works, and then, do it again for film or whatever. I don't have the time or the money or the resources. And I don't want to keep hammering here if it's not of interest to anybody. I've been told all along, well, all you got to do is make good content and be consistent. Make good content, be consistent. All right, define good content. Is that content you want to see? What is good content? How do you define that? Second of all, be consistent. Okay, is that every day? Is that every week? Is that every month? Is that every year? Is that 2 videos in August when it's not raining? Speaking of rain, yes, we are completely snowed in. We have been for 3 days, and it's supposed to snow again tomorrow. And we haven't gotten above 30 degrees in about a week. There we are. That's what I got. Am I going to have time for a YouTube channel? I don't know. I really don't know. Go on. I'm live, baby. I'm live on YouTube. You want to come say hi? Come say hi. Come say hi. You got to squat down because they're looking at your elbow. Look, there you are, right there. Okay? Say hello.
Hello, Mommy.
Hello, CJ. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Do you have a good Christmas? Yes!
Yes! What did you get for Christmas? What's one thing you remember you got?
Thomas, Diego, and the Backyardigans.
What was that? Was that a DVD?
DVD?
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Okay, go back in your room. I'll come get you in a few minutes. I'll be done here in just about 20 minutes. That boy right there. He's the reason to breathe. Bottom line, I want to make music. I used to love making music, but I've gotten so jaded on it because my music doesn't matter, I'm easily replaced with YouTube clips and epidemic sound and things like that. Let me tell you a little bit about my channel. I made everything on my channel. I made my logo. I made my intros and outros. I make everything you see on the screen. I have my slides. I did that too. I know how to use OBS and StreamYards. I do all of the video and audio work for the Manhattan Fox channel. Cricket does some too. I shouldn't say that. That's one thing that won't go away. Manhattan Fox, no, I'm 100% invested. I don't care how much sleep I have to lose or whatever. Excuse me a second. Go. He's mad because Domino's wouldn't deliver yesterday for Pizza Tuesday because of the snow, and I doubt they'll be delivering today. But anyway. Oh yeah, his voice is real deep. Jeff, he is almost 6 foot tall. And but I'll tell you something, there's not a mean bone in that boy's body. He has no behavioral issues whatsoever. Why? Because I raised him that way. I made sure to teach him coping skills at a very young age. And so he doesn't put holes in the walls. He doesn't tear up, in anger. He doesn't bite. He doesn't kick. He doesn't punch. I have no broken bones or injuries because of him. Because when he gets upset, you know what he wants? A hug. It's all in the parenting. But anyway, I got too much I could say about that. Bottom line, I don't know. I don't know what's coming in 2022. And I've never been one to set resolutions, but at this point, I'm not even speculating. I may be uploading videos, I may not. I may be going live, I may not. I may be on social media, I may not. I don't know. Things are scary. I put links below for people wanted to support my channel. I don't have a P.O. box. Those cost $150 every 6 months. My grocery budget is $50 to $60 a month. So, I'm going to buy groceries before I get a P.O. box. And with that being said, I don't ever get much mail. I got a Christmas card from P. McDevitt, and I got a Christmas card from Steve's World. I don't get magic mail, happy mail, any of that stuff. I don't enter online contests, and I don't hold giveaways or raffles because 1, I never win, and 2, nobody ever enters. So anyway, please make sure you hit something in the poll. Let me know what you want to see. With the channel, I really would love to go into this mindfulness for the scroll-brained and do content that teaches you my way of meditation and my way of not scheduling and my way of getting through the day surviving by the skin of your teeth, because that's what I'm good at and that's what I was built for. In closing, I'd like to say a few more things about myself, and if it costs me subs, I don't care. I gotta be out with this. I'm a psychic, I'm an empath, and I'm a tarot card reader. I'm also a human lie detector, and no, that's not being funny because of that movie with what's-his-face. I'm a human lie detector. I know when somebody's straight with me. I know when they're not. I know when someone is false or putting up airs. I know these things. That's why I lose patience with people very quickly. If I can see who you really are, if my gut says that this is who you are, I'm going to trust it and I'm not going to engage. If I leave groups, areas, situations, whatever, that's because I have seen folks that I don't like. And just like I give people the right, if you don't like me, don't watch me, I'm also going to take that as mine and say, if I don't like you, it's no hard feelings, man. It's just I'm not into you. You know what I mean? Also, I don't vague post. I don't vague talk. I don't insinuate. I don't pretend. If I have something to say to someone even if it's about that person. If I have something to say about somebody, I will say it to the person it's about. I will come to your face and I will say, I have a problem with this. That is when I feel it's my place. I'm not going to go and talk to Fred badly about you publicly. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to badmouth people to other people. One thing that my mother did teach me that is true is if they're talking to you about other people, they're talking to other people about you. So, nothing I've said today is directed at any person, any specific person, any specific place, any specific anything, okay? Because if I have a problem, I'll come out and say it. So that's who you're getting if you stay with my channel. Jeffrey, Jamestown Baseball Commissioner. Hello, welcome in. I didn't see you come in. Yep, and Jeff Chapman, I see you. I see you. Welcome in. Sorry, I've been kind of monologuing here today because, yeah. Now, I was going to go through real quick before I log off and show you my channel. I have a lot of playlists. Here, let's go to the playlists. I have a lot of playlists. I have a Vlogmas playlist. I have crafting and art, cookies and recipes, covers, arrangements, swaps, and happy mail, because I've been in a couple swaps. Foam talk. Foam, that's another thing. February album writing month coming up in February. Stay tuned. I will do some. And then I have a playlist of my music that's on YouTube. And I do music under 3 different names. I've got the Maggie Road Revival, I have PearlManhattan, and I have Armadillos After Dark. Don't ask. It was the middle of the night. I needed an artist name. That's all it was. But anyway, if you're not sure what you want to see from me, I've got tons of videos. I've got almost 400 videos on my channel in all these different areas. Thank you, Francisco. Thank you very much. I like to think I am kind, and I like to think I am accepting. That was another thing I was going to say. One of my children is transgender non-binary, and I love that. I knew she was from, excuse me, Mom, I'm trying here. I knew they were from early childhood. I knew they were non-binary. I love my daughter. I have several close friends and even some family members who are in different places on the LGBTQ plus flag, okay? If you have homophobia, if you have hate for any of those groups, this isn't the channel for you. Also, I have friends who are of all races, classes, lifestyles. There is no racism here. There is no classism here. I don't care about your lounge fly. You can do that on your channel. Also, all spiritual paths are welcome here. Because if you come here, you know I am accepting of all the spiritual paths, because the spiritual path is individual, whether you're Christian, Jewish, Anglican, Southern Baptist. I've researched all those religions, and I don't have a problem with it, because at the end of the day, it all says the same thing. Treat others the way you want them to treat you. You can't go wrong with that. So, there's no drama on my channel. I've seen enough drama in my life for every single person who is on YouTube. So, no drama. I hope by being transparent like this and letting it all out, that you guys see who I am. I am a single mom of a disabled child. I am disabled myself. I am self-supporting, and I live every day trying to survive by the skin of my teeth. If you care about that, and you want to support my channel, that's great. I have to say this, and it might piss people off, and I don't care. I can't stand being in the chat of a video and watching a YouTuber get $5,000, $6,000 donated directly to them. Now, I'm not talking about charity streams. Charity streams totally different. But YouTubers getting $500 in super chats for walking around with a camera. Yet I spend most of my energy, my free time, my energy that I should be taking care of myself. I spend most of it on this channel, and I can't get the time of day. That tells me it's me they don't like. It's not the content. Content's 100%. I have no problem with any of the content I put out. But it must be me. Because I refuse to pay people to watch my channel. Well, it's not that I refuse. I'd do it if I had the expendable cash. But did I remind you that my grocery budget's about $50 a month? So, anyway, this has been a rant and a ramble. And I'll tell you, I'm completely sober and free of any mind-altering chemicals. Don't do that shit. Especially don't do it on stream. If you have an ounce of compassion in your heart, and there is some way you can effectively help me, I welcome that. I don't welcome suggestions like, have you tried? Been at this 15 years. This new incarnation of me since my husband died. Yes, I've tried. Yeah, I've exhausted all options. And hey, Cricket, good morning. Don't stay up too long because I'm getting out of here in a minute. Thoughts and prayers, always welcome. I don't care if you're sending energy, lighting candles, doing the rosary, whatever. I welcome any of that energy because it's positive energy. There's nobody else here. There's no support system here with me. I have a boyfriend. However, neither one of us want to get married nor cohabitate. We may have to. He won't let me live in my car if, in fact, my income does go to crap. He's not going to let me live in the car. But we don't want to cohabitate. We don't want to be married. Why is the government implying that I need to find a man to take care of me because my son is 16? No, I'm sorry. With my trust issues and my past abuse issues, it takes a long time for me to trust a man. Just saying. But anyway, if there is some way that you can support this channel, because this channel was created for me to make money to support that little boy. This channel ain't making me any money. So, this is crunch time. what do I do? I don't know either. I managed to make it through the video without crying. I cry every day. I cry all day because I'm in such an impossible place. But that's who I am, and I felt like I needed to come clean to everybody, so they could have the real story of what's going on with me and not just judgmental scenarios they make up in their mind, which I don't mean judgmental in a bad way. Everybody judges everyone. You do. But I just wanted to, I got some haters. I got some haters too. We all do. But I just wanted to put the drama out there myself instead of letting it get whispered around back corners, if anybody really did, because the logical part of me says I'm not important enough for anybody to whisper about me. So, yeah. All right, folks. It's 10 o'clock. Jeff, this is our dream. Just leaving. I'm so sorry. But go back and watch the replay. It's an hour of me whining and rambling. I don't know, chat. What would you call this video? What would you call this video? I think I'll call it transparency. And no, it's not. I'm not attacking anybody else. And I hope that those of them who might have been in the background watching to see what drama about others I would kick up. I don't have time. I don't have time to kick up drama. When I decide a place is not for me, I leave. Case in point, I moved out here. Case in point, moved to Memphis. This isn't new behavior for me. I am an earth scorcher. I set my boundaries and I move on. So, no drama here. Never will be. Thank you, everybody who came in today. Please click on the poll. Please let me know what you guys want to see. In fact, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end it now because I'm getting offline. So let's end the poll and see what we see. Anybody get what it said before? Let's see. Here we go. Y'all want 33% live music, 33% music production, 22% well-being, and 11% lifestyle homemaking. Well, there you go. Well, that was definitive. Anyway, peace and blessings upon you, upon all you love, upon all who love you. Don't make such a big deal about it being a new year. That's all on paper. It's just the turn of a page. And who knows what's going to happen in the next chapter. Thank you, each and every one of you. Check out the links below in the description if you can support me and my beautiful son. Well, if you can support my son in any way, please let me know. I hate asking for stuff. I hate asking. I just hate it. But anyway, bring joy to somebody's life today and walk away from the drama. Peace out. Let me find the goodbye button. I was going to do such a great pose when I stop. Ready?